Mike Tyson was once the most feared man on the planet. The youngest heavyweight champion in history. A fighter whose knockouts felt inevitable before the bell even rang. But behind the power, the intimidation, and the fame was a boy who grew up in poverty, shaped by trauma and driven by anger. His story is not just about dominance in the ring. It is about chaos, collapse, and the long road back to redemption. This is Always Fail Forward. Today we tell the story of Mike Tyson, a man who rose from nothing, lost everything, and fought to find peace within himself. Mike Tyson was born in Brownsville, Brooklyn, one of the toughest neighborhoods in New York. Crime, drugs, and violence were not distant realities. They were daily life. Tyson's father left early, and his mother struggled to provide stability. As a young boy, Mike was quiet, insecure, and often bullied. He has admitted that he was terrified most of the time. To survive, he learned to fight. By 13, Tyson had been arrested dozens of times. Petty crimes, street fights, juvenile detention. The system saw him as a lost cause. But inside a detention center, something changed. A counselor noticed his natural boxing ability. That talent eventually led him to Cus D'Amato, a legendary trainer who saw more than aggression. Cus saw potential. Cus D'Amato became more than a trainer. He became a father figure. He taught Tyson discipline, mental focus, and psychological warfare. He instilled confidence in a boy who had never felt safe. For the first time in his life, Tyson had structure. He had belief. He had purpose. Tyson's rise was explosive. His fighting style was unlike anything the heavyweight division had seen.
He is, and he will forever be, Mike Tyson!
Speed combined with devastating power. Head movement that confused opponents. Relentless pressure that broke them mentally before physically. In 1986, at just 20 years old, Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. He unified the belts and became undisputed champion. He was not just winning fights, he was destroying opponents in minutes. Crowds filled arenas just to witness the spectacle.
Advertise comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely. Seconds into the first.
Fame came fast. Wealth came faster. Mansions, cars, global attention. Tyson was no longer the bullied kid from Brooklyn. He was Iron Mike. But beneath the surface, the foundation was fragile. Cus D'Amato had passed away before Tyson reached his peak. The guiding force that grounded him was gone. And without structure, the same anger that fueled his rise began to spiral out of control. Fame magnified everything. Tyson was surrounded by people who enjoyed his money but did not protect his well-being. His marriage to actress Robin Givens became public and turbulent. Interviews painted him as unstable and reckless. His discipline began to fade. In 1990, the unthinkable happened. Tyson was knocked out by Buster Douglas in one of the biggest upsets in sports history. The invincible champion had fallen. The loss exposed what many had not seen. Tyson was no longer fully focused. The mental edge that once defined him had dulled. Then came the darkest chapter. In 1992, Tyson was convicted and sentenced to prison. The world watched the once dominant champion trade championship belts for prison bars. Sponsors vanished. Wealth drained. Reputation shattered. Tyson later admitted that prison forced him to sit with himself without distraction. No crowds, no applause, just reflection. It was painful, but it was necessary. After serving his sentence,
I want to fight, and disrupt the world because I'm the best fighter in the world.
Tyson returned to boxing. The comeback was intense and dramatic.
The left hand, the right hand, digs to the body, goes to throw right hand, gets ripped with a big right.
He regained titles, but the dominance of his early years never fully returned. In 1997, during a fight with Evander Holyfield, Tyson bit Holyfield's ear in frustration. The incident became one of the most infamous moments in sports history. It symbolized how far he had fallen from discipline into chaos. Financial problems followed. Despite earning hundreds of millions of dollars throughout his career, Tyson declared bankruptcy in 2003. Poor management, lavish spending, and legal troubles drained his fortune. The world saw headlines about failure. But behind those headlines, something quieter was happening. Tyson began confronting his past. He spoke openly about trauma, addiction, and mental health struggles. The intimidating persona slowly gave way to honesty. Instead of denying his mistakes, he began owning them.
Perspective in life was criminal. Since I existed.
Because that's just acting out.
Yeah, but that's just what, listen, if you didn't do that, you weren't from my neighborhood. Everyone did that. Everybody was robbing somebody. Everybody was always locked up. Everybody was always getting shot or cut or almost died or getting crippled.
As the years passed, Tyson shifted his focus away from dominance and toward growth. He launched businesses. He explored acting and media. He started speaking about self-awareness and accountability. The same intensity that once fueled knockouts now fueled personal development. Tyson has publicly acknowledged the harm he caused and the mistakes he made. He has spoken about forgiveness, vulnerability, and learning to live with peace rather than rage. The boy who fought to survive became a champion. The champion who collapsed became a student of humility. His legacy is no longer just about knockouts. It is about resilience, about facing the worst parts of yourself and choosing to grow anyway. Mike Tyson's life is not a clean story of victory. It is messy, painful, and brutally human. From poverty to global fame, from dominance to downfall, from prison to redemption. His journey proves that failure does not erase your potential. It challenges you to redefine it.
From the very beginning of the fight, Collet tried to keep Tyson at a distance with a long jab. But taking advantage of his overwhelming speed, Mike leaves his opponent no chance.
This is Always Fail Forward. If this story moved you, subscribe to Always Fail Forward for more real stories of people who turned collapse into comeback and rebuilt their lives from the hardest chapters.